about process structures and then trying to bore you out. Any organization will have a pyramid structure with, let's say, vision, okay, the mission, objectives, and tactical in terms of projects, programs, and the bottom line, who are the creators of the product and deliver business value to the organization. But as soon as the vision is casted, so basically everyone who is above, they are stepping down to below. Okay, so the pyramid is immediately inverted, and the leader becomes a kind of a servant to enable, okay, the people to perform what is okay, planned or what is casted. So the pyramid is inverted, so leader becomes a servant, and the people become the leaders are in their respective roles. Now let's say when we want these things to happen, okay, up in terms of pyramid, and then invert it, and then you become an enabler, and then elevate your people to lead from the front with respect to deliveries. So there should be a sound collaboration required. Okay? Most of the organizations spend millions and billions of money, okay, trying to sort this out, and thanks to the technology, okay, today these things are available at probably very, very affordable cost, and then at a very reachable. Okay, it's in a click away, these things are available. So I'm going to approach this purely as a kind of a business manager or leader or a stakeholder. Okay, I divide this into two parts. First, we'll discuss few things about, okay, what do we mean by collaboration and how this is being enabled. And the second part, a little bit of a benchmarking among the various solutions that are available in the market. So we've done some research and then brought some perspective for you to share. So you can do more about it. So once the conference is over, we'll publish this in the website, and then you can choose yourself or to make a decision for your organization. And then third thing, a little demo for about maybe 10-15 minutes. Okay, choosing one of the best tool, and then see how this, okay, cloud-based collaboration is enabled for portfolio, project, and program management. So if I look at how project management evolved over the last, let's say, 65, 70 years. Okay, so I look at this way. 1950s, PERT and CPM was a breakthrough innovation in project management. And then 60s to 90s, earned value management system, critical chain project management, these were some of the major developments that changed the world in terms of managing, okay, projects and programs. And then, let's say mid-90s to 2005, slowly they felt that not just at the desktop level managing project is not sufficient. Okay, we need to enable it. Everyone should participate in projects. So it became a kind of a, how do we collaborate with teams, okay, multiple projects, how do we crystallize best practices, reuse across the projects. So then it came about something like enterprise level project management office, okay, various flavors of PMO, all those things started coming up. And then that was not sufficient. Then we have to kind of do further forward integration in terms of, okay, just projects alone are not sufficient to deliver the business value in this changing, constantly changing environment. How do we do it at, let's say, the program level? How do we integrate them to the portfolio level, and how do we link it to the organization's strategy and all? So that was the next wave of evolution. And then very recently, let's say for the last couple of years, it goes beyond enterprise. Okay, so how do we kind of enable project management at the whole community level? Okay, so that is where, okay, the complications come up in terms of technology, investment, change, Okay, those things came up. So that's when I think the cloud came as a big relief to everyone. Now what I'm talking about is a common organizational entity. Now all those things may be very different for some of the exceptional companies, because what I spoke about today's technology, maybe 10 years back, some of the big consulting companies, some of the big top-notch Fortune 500 companies might be practicing. Okay, so I'll treat them as outliers, exception. But this I'm talking about as any entity, any organization. So this is the genesis, not just based on the literature. Of course, I'm tracking project management probably from 1988, 89 onwards. So I see this is the trend that are happening, okay, in this world. So today let's look at the last piece, okay, enterprise and beyond, okay, how cloud enables. Now what are the problems that traditional project management, okay, tools pose before us? So now I'm not talking about a desktop, an individual user-centric tool, okay, I'm talking about enabling collaboration at the enterprise and beyond, okay. So if you look at it, complex infrastructure, okay, so if you see from client, it went to client server to single tier, two tier, multi-tier, then forms, this, that, okay, and an average business user doesn't understand anything. To be frank with you, okay, I'm running a company for the last 10 years. The first 8 years, I didn't know what my EPM team does. Okay, I was a kind of a blind on all those things because I don't understand anything. Okay, so complex infrastructure, huge system maintenance, disaster recovery, backup, etc. So you need, if you are running a, let's say, an infrastructure firm, and equally strength, you need a IT company or IT department to run that. Okay, dedicated IT teams, huge investments. Okay, so even at the Indian cost, an enterprise level project management, okay, connecting strategy to the lowest level user, it costs anywhere between 30 lakhs to maybe few crores. Okay, so that was the kind of investment, and in spite of that, okay, a 360-degree kind of a visibility, okay, is something, okay, which was lacking because of the various barriers and other things. Technology and product upgrades, you all know, every, let's say, 6 months to 1 year to 1.5 year, technology changes, platform changes, product versions coming up. We keep hearing. By the time you complete one implementation, you see that you are already late in terms of okay, that part of it. So that becomes difficulty. Scalability, from an end user perspective again. For example, today you may be doing, let's say, with an organization with some 5-6 projects with some 15-20 members. So tomorrow, if you are growing to 50-60, suddenly you feel that your infrastructure is inadequate. And then if you move to 200, 300, maybe 1,000, 2,000, it becomes very, very complex to scale up. Now, scaling up is a complex, if you take it on one side, scaling down, it is nearly impossible. Okay, so you can't just scale down because you already sunk a lot of investment onto the systems and the tools and infrastructure. So these were some of the very traditional tools. I'm not talking about a short desktop tool. Okay, I'm talking about a one tool, let's say one organization kind of scenario. So now let's define what do we mean by collaboration. Okay, it's good, we had a good exercise before, we talked about agility. So now let's assume that agility and collaboration kind of talk to each other very closely, two rails on a track. Okay, so obviously you need a certain amount of governance. Okay, your organization is with thousands and thousands of employees, hundreds of projects. Okay, so there are various complexities. Okay, the moment we have more people, the complexity is more. Okay, governance, how people and teams are working together. Okay, I feel these are the few things from a business perspective